People should be able to hear us now, except they can't. Oh, there they are. Can you just check the feed, please, that we are
Sure.
getting some sound and stuff
I see the
through?
pussycats on screen now.
There is sound and
At randomly
and we're
walking
talking.
across the
You can hear
screen.
us, yeah?
yep.
Can you guys talk,
I love
please?
it.
Always.
Alrighty.
Love talking. It's all I do
So
in
much
life.
talking.
Okay, and I'm talking. Talk.
Talk.
I'll bring myself down just a little.
When did this
Talk,
podcast
talk,
become
talk.
about pussy? That's what I want to know.
It's always been about
Boomer
pussy.
says it sounds good on his end. So.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's do this thing.
Wait, is that because we're talking about pussy?
It
No,
could
it's
be.
on
I don't know.
Boomer's end. That's the problem.
Hey, let's not talk about Boomer's end.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started. Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 754 of the Overseas Connection podcast. Today is October 8th, 2023. It's Sunday. I've had caffeine. I'm excited. Let's be excited together and podcast. We'll talk about video games. We'll talk about life. That's what we do on this podcast. And we do it every Sunday, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 3 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. And if you're thinking all you have to do is to listen to me today, you're mistaken, because I have two lovely hosts with me today, starting with the loveliest of lovely Irishmen, Robin Tate.
Where is he? Where is he? Here. He is here. Good evening. Hello there. How you doing? I was just typing very sort of Sunday school messages in the chat.
Also, the instigator, Kim Woods, on the podcast. Kim, how you doing?
Me? The instigate? No, I'm quiet and shy. I thought we all knew this.
Yeah, right.
Rumor has it.
Anyway, I'm happy to be
Yeah.
here. If
Yeah,
I
that-
start snoring, I apologize, but more on that in story time. So,
Okay.
yeah.
On that note, we'll finish the rundown. Hey, we do this all the time, every Sunday. So come back, like, subscribe, be part of the chat if you want. We will put out an audio version of this podcast. Without further ado, I want to give a couple birthday shout outs.
Sure.
Bonnie is it Bonnie Gardner?
Yeah.
What is
Mhm.
that? Yeah. Bonnie Gardner. Bonnie.
Bonnie.
I'm not going to say your age, Bonnie,
Nope.
but you are looking mighty fine for such an age.
Yeah.
Like how I did that?
Yeah.
That was
Totally not
slick.
awkward. No.
Not at all, no.
Yeah. Never say a woman's age unless she gives you permission.
Right.
That's the standing rule.
Do I
Our
look big in
birthday's
this?
on the 9th, though.
Does my bum look
We
big
can
in
say
this?
that.
Does my
What was
bum
that?
look
Sorry?
big in this? Does my bum look big in this? No.
No,
That's another
never
question.
answered that
Never.
question either.
Yeah.
That is a trap.
Do you like
Especially
this?
if you were dating and or married to that person.
What the hell do you mean you don't see a difference in my hair?
Well, we can talk hours about that, because
Yeah.
let me tell you, there's been numerous times I have been like 3 weeks late to the party, making a proclaim like, "Oh, your hair looks great today. Did you get it colored?" Yeah, 3 weeks back.
Did you see something to your hair, Judith? Oh, yes, I did. I got a cut. Oh, let
Observation.
me feel. Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, you. That's for those that are on the audio version. Robin made a gesture towards a mustache.
Anyway,
I, for one, have been around Judith enough to know there's no such mustache.
no, very little of anything like that.
Tom Pedro White celebrating his 82nd birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the 11th. He's celebrating it today, though, because we're celebrating it with him. And then, okay, special time now.
Oh.
Mike Chin.
Mhm.
Mike Chin, who is friend of the podcast. He's one of the OG podcasters on the Overseas Connection podcast. He also happens to be one of the great podcasters on the Veteran Gamer podcast. Right now, as we speak, he likely and I don't know because I don't know exact timing, but he likely is telling Stu and Duke about his new baby girl, his wife
Aw.
Tara, and he.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, wrong sound effect. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I Macy found the hole.
Rosa Chin, born October. I'm just gonna ignore it. Rosa Chin, born October 6th at 3:39 a.m. He gave me permission to say, "Hey, make the announcement on the podcast if you'd like," and of course, I'd love to. So, but he is surprising Duke and Stu with that announcement.
That's
So,
fantastic. I mean, that reminds me of a story of when I was a kid. You know, I went on this Sunday school trip once, and it was like all mixed churches, and we went down for breakfast one morning, and you had to write down what you wanted. So people wrote down P, you know, for porridge, and RC for Rice Krispies. And this woman who was just arrived, she said, "Oh my goodness, this is such a weird place. This Northern Ireland. This is what all the Protestants over there, and all the Rice Krispies, all the Roman Catholics over there, with the P's and the RCs." Anyway, so Rosa is right. You know, she'll be handy with that. So everybody will know straight away. She likes Rice Krispies.
well, we are thrilled for Mike. And
Yeah, it's
for Tara.
fantastic.
And honestly, Mike, I hate to break the news to you, buddy, but the fun part is now over
Right.
Yeah.
because now you get to be a parent.
Yo. Oh no! It's not really the excitement of that first one for 6 months or so, and then the question changes from, "Oh, isn't it?" Well, first of all, it's, "Oh, you guys, have you been going out so long? He's getting married. Oh, you are engaged when he's getting married. Got married. That's out of the way. When he's gonna have a baby, then it's
Right.
when he's gonna have another baby, and you might get that
Yeah,
again.
that is a question, and I don't know that they will.
And
I'm
then,
not positive.
And then you get it for the, well, yes, he's done it at least once. And then you get the question, maybe get it for the third baby. But after that, people stop asking. They just stop. And then,
Well, no,
then your life's
then
over.
the
Life
next
is
big
over.
question becomes, who gets
The keys.
is it tubes tied or is it the snip snip? In fairness, Mike, when and if that time comes, you'll be geting the snip.
I
And
did
that's
nothing.
just the
I'm
way
at
it works
55 kids and counting, so I'm all right.
out. All right, let's play a happy birthday song for Rosa.
Shit.
No, again, wrong one.
Happy birthday to you.
That feels wrong.
But it is her
Happy birthday to
It
you.
literally, we're literally.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rosa. Happy birthday to you. That's better than Adam
okay,
Schiff.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I didn't know where you were going with that,
yeah.
Robin.
No, it was better. She
Well, at least
deserves
he
that.
sang it this
She
time and not
deserves
me,
that.
so.
Yeah, she deserves that. It's
Okay,
okay,
Kim,
friend.
now you're solo.
It's
Let's
okay.
go.
I already did it once, so that's enough. Nobody wants to hear that again.
Doing it once is all it takes. Warning, fair warning, kids. Make sure you use
Mhm.
protection.
Well, that's
All right.
fantastic.
Wrap it up.
Happy birthday,
Let's
everybody.
do story time, Robin.
Hooray, story time. Hooray, story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
Oh, wow.
All right, friendos, let's talk story time.
Okay, Bubba.
Uh,
Oh,
well,
dear.
I'm going to go first because
Booby.
I was not on the show last week.
weren't?
I was missing in action.
Upset me.
You were.
I took a trip down to see my sister and saw her new house.
Mm.
I got in trouble for snoring.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
with who?
that
with
was,
whom? Oh, you were drunk then. Ah, that's what it was.
Oh yeah, I was. Last weekend we went wine tasting, but there was a lot of alcohol involved, and then
Did you
next morning
start
it was
ordering stupid cocktails? Will you try this one?
no.
It tastes
I
like
only do
cat
that
vomit.
for you, Robin. I only do that for you. I don't do that to my family, but we did have a
Okay.
lot of wine and then quite a few mixed drinks after wine, which is not usually the best call. So Sunday morning was a little bit of a hungover wake up. And of course, Cindy had vacated the bed that Colin and I took over because Colin was with us. So we chased her, and I say we because I mean he was basically taking over the middle of the bed. I was snoring, and Cindy was like, "Screw this!" So she went and slept on the couch.
But you were happy.
I was happy.
I love a good snore. I don't have
know
a
what, that
problem
was-
with snoring.
I was a happy kid. I mean, it was a good. I woke up the next morning and said, I don't understand why you left. I mean, everything was fine.
Just
But
'cause
yeah,
you
so
couldn't sleep.
had a wonderful trip visiting my sister. So her house is lovely, but one of the things that I do question their choice here, because I think later in life this is going to be problematic for them. They have by far the steepest driveway I've ever experienced in my life.
Okay, do they get ice and snow?
They do get snow. And so that's a whole different conversation, because my sister went to buy an all-wheel drive Telluride similar to what we have. Instead, don't make fun of her, she bought one that was front-wheel drive, and she saw FWD
Oh no.
and thought four-wheel.
Whoops.
So the realization it was not four-wheel drive did not happen until much later after the purchase. So they were fucked.
Oopsies.
So, and the funny thing is, my sister was a CEO of a company, so there's no real excuse here other than she had one of those just moments of not
Seems
thinking it
about
through
right.
thoroughly.
Seems
Right.
about right.
But this driveway, it is about, I'll call it a 45-degree angle at its
Wow.
worst.
Wow, that's karate
And-
chop.
and it does some
Wow.
leveling out, but it, like, the very top of it, like, you're coming into the driveway, you literally cannot see the road in front of you because it pitches down so hard. And then you go down, and it kind of does a big U and winds up in front of the garage, but it never levels out the entire
Wow.
time.
So your sister's going to go down in the driveway.
100%. I mean, walking Colin to the stairs just to get up to like level area,
You needed a rope.
that was a challenge. And I was just like, ooh, this is going to be rough.
Right.
So I love their house. It overlooks Clear Lake. It is beautiful. It's a stunning house. And they did not pay a heavy price for it. I think they paid under 300 grand for it. So it's an amazing house,
Okay.
but holy crap, that driveway.
Ooh.
Wow.
And literally when it did snow, they could not get their car out of the driveway. It started sliding. So
Oh well. When
yeah.
they have they get
Anyway.
their kids out with the blow torches and snow blowers and all that sort of stuff. On a four-wheel drive car.
I think salt on their driveway is going to be their friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, friendo.
Friendo. Sorry. Yes, friendo. Yes. What was I thinking? Friendo.
That's
Halloween
good,
prep
booby.
is fully underway. I literally was painting skulls today. It is a production this time of this year. Last year was a little more mundane.
Monday.
We had a lot of things going on family wise. This year, I said, Cindy, I'll let you pick out the theme, and that was the biggest mistake I possibly could have made, because
Oh.
we've gotten very creative.
Oh, dear.
Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
Was it Mamma Mia,
Yeah.
the theater sort of theme? Was it?
No, think Angel Hearts. Think if you ever saw the movie Angel Heart.
No.
All right, okay. So voodoo, black magic. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
theme. Yeah.
See, I think it's James
Um,
Bond and like Live and Let Die, and the guy.
A
with the
little bit,
snake.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Hey man. Yeah, I'm gonna take this capsule in my mouth and turn it into a dinghy.
Movie, by the way, to see if you would like. Angel Heart, by the way, was a good movie. It had Mickey Rourke in it. Robert De Niro's in it. It's like 1987, I think, is when it came out.
Yeesh.
But The Covenant came out to Amazon Prime.
Not
I
the Covenant.
really
Is that the one with Titanic guy? Leonardo
No.
DiCaprio?
no. It has oh god, now I'm gonna.
Is that the
Totally
Covenant?
escaped.
What's that called? The Revenant. That was okay.
Yeah, that's you're thinking Revenant. No, Covenant. This is about this is a true story based off a true story of, and I think there's some liberal adaptation of this true
Sounds
story,
familiar.
Okay, friend.
but interpreters in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
US
friggin'
military utilize
awesome.
them.
Yep,
That's an
yep.
awesome movie, and it got
Yeah.
the left didn't like it because it was talking about something that the U.S. government had done badly.
Right.
But it was such an awesome movie about this guy
Yeah.
pulling the soldier who got injured for miles, like a month, over hiding from the Taliban, and
Yeah.
I was awesome. That
Yeah,
was
I had not
fantastic.
seen that before.
Based on a
and
true
I
story,
saw it was
yeah.
on
Yeah,
Amazon
brilliant.
Prime, so
Brilliant.
fantastic movie. So highly recommend.
That's the one with Gyllenhaal in it.
Yes, there you go, Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Really good. Absolutely brilliant.
Um,
And I've heard actually the
okay.
actual guy on different podcasts who was that guy
okay.
and talking about it
Okay.
and and all the stuff that they've done and fantastic. I also want to see the other one about the similar sort of story, but this guy who worked pulling kids that had been captured or trafficked out of is it Colombia
I
or
saw
something like that there, and
God, what's
Yeah,
the name of the movie?
and
It just
again-
came out.
yeah, and it's got really bad.
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom. Yeah.
Sound of Freedom.
And this guy, he
It's-
sold his house, him and his wife, because
Yep.
they turned off the tap of the money and they sold their house and they went out to continue this work. And they've been called all sorts of horrible things. And it's again because people don't want to face up to the truth of what's actually going on in the world.
Totally agree. And the interesting thing about that movie, Sound of Freedom, is that well, one, I saw it the last night. It was in theaters for our theater here in the Lincoln area, but like the mainstream media did all kinds of news stories about this
Horrible.
guy in a
Horrible.
positive light about 10 years back.
Yeah.
And then when this movie released,
Donald Trump.
you suddenly saw all these hit jobs come out
Donald Trump.
on him.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
Anyway.
I make no excuses for it anymore. Fuck them.
okay. So a couple more things.
Okay.
One, Friday night, Cindy and I,
Wonder Bread?
we attempted to be very responsible people.
Okay.
We went out for dinner and we went to see a band called Wonder Bread 5. Who they are awesome.
Wonder
So
Bread's
they
a
do a
bread
lot
you
of
have in
80s,
America.
90s.
It is
was that?
it is a pan loaf you have in America, isn't it? It's what we would call
Yeah.
a pan loaf, which is
Wonder-
our
Wonder
main
Bread, yep.
which is the main thing
Sliced
we
bread.
have over here. Yeah.
Yeah. But Wonder Bread 5, they cover 80s, 90s rock.
Okay.
So good, very entertaining.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
saw them at this place called the Roseville Opera House, which is where we do see like kind of smaller bands play.
The final countdown, that sort of stuff. The final countdown.
They could. I could see them
Starship.
playing that.
Nothing's gonna stop me now. No?
No, they'll play like AC/DC. I mean,
Dun,
so
dun,
Maroon 5.
Dun.
So just a very mix of good, but it's all
Whole
good
lot
cover
of
tune music that you get up and you dance to.
Okay. Did you headbang?
No headbanging, lots of dancing.
Did you pogo?
Lots of drinking. There was a few pogos. Yeah, 100%. So we started off at the restaurant. Now, mind you, we drove to the restaurant, this place called Bennett's, and we decided we're just gonna leave our car here.
Okay.
We'll Uber from here
Uber.
to the Opera House,
Uber.
and yeah, this will just make it easy, and this way we can drink if we want.
Okay.
So we get into Bennett's and we immediately ordered a lemon drop. So for those familiar with lemon drops, they're basically a lemon martini, and had those, and they were on the happy hour because we got there like right around 5 o'clock. We went like, okay, 5 to 7:30 dinner, boom, go to the show, starts at 8 o'clock. We're good.
That's the plan.
Order our second lemon drop. Order our third lemon drop.
Sorry, Colin's not with you at this stage.
No, Colin, we have a sitter at Colin at home, so we are free to be
Okay.
adults tonight.
Okay.
So third lemon drop in.
Yeah.
Some problems with the food. The manager comes by, and we said, we're not asking for you to take the steak. It was a New York strip steak that they had cooked up that
Great.
we basically wanted medium rare, and
Mhm.
it came out medium well. And we're kind of like, they probably are not.
It was a
cooked to
dick
the right
move,
temperature, just so
Greg.
you
It was
know.
a dick move.
We were starving. We wanted to eat it. But she's like, well, let me get you a couple drinks on the house. Why not? So fourth lemon drop, done. Then we at this point, we're feeling it. We got to go to the place. So we get to the Opera House, and I started drinking beer at the Opera House. So Coors Lights, they were $5 a piece.
Oh wow.
Feeling good.
Didn't-
So
Yeah.
I
Bud
think
Light, no?
I had 4 or 5 Coors Lights while I was at the Opera House.
Light beer.
But-
That's all you have for me.
No, so I'm on my last Coors Light, right? And I just ordered it, and I come back, and Cindy was like, I don't need one right now. Well, this one lady who had befriended like a kind of core group of people that was all around us, she's like, they gave me the wrong drink, and she was trying to give it to this other guy, this older gentleman who was there with his son who was in a wheelchair. That's a totally different story, but we had befriended them. We were talking, and he was like, I'm not drinking anymore. He's like, do you want it? Because it was a vodka and Rockstar. And I'm like,
Oh wow.
and she's like, I promise it's not roofied. She's like, they made an extra. And she's like, I don't drink this. She's like, I do vodka soda water. Somehow they gave me a Rockstar. I'm like, okay. So I give Cindy my beer. I drank a vodka
Oof.
Rockstar. And let's just say
You were
we
roofied.
Ubered back. What was that?
You were roofied.
Probably.
Cindy said that was the best night ever.
There was actually a really funny story on top of
No.
all that. Anyway,
Not going there.
nope, not going there. But we
Good
did
zoom
not
in. That
Uber
was a
all the
good
way
zoom.
home.
You zoomed in
And
there.
that's
It was
what
good.
we should have done. I should have Ubered all the way home.
Okay. Ooh.
So I will take a
Ooh.
penalty flag on
Like
the
that.
fact that thankfully the restaurant was not far away from the house. But next morning I woke up and I was just like, there's no fucking way in hell I should have driven our car home from that restaurant. That was
Yous
stupid
are
of me.
So see, we really wouldn't get away with that here. Yous are a little more lax with that, but I mean, you guys. Okay, so if you get stopped for drunken driving, do you
Right.
lose your license straight away, or do you pay a fine?
No, you'll go to jail on a DUI stop if you're like straight up intoxicated.
No, well, like
arrest you.
like if you've had a beer and a half in the UK, right? One beer is a beer and a half,
Right.
And if you get stopped and you're breathalyzed and you're like 1 milli whatever it is over the limit,
Right.
your license is gone.
Yeah.
It's
No,
California
California
not
is
drunk,
strict like that as well.
but yeah, there's zero tolerance to drink and driving.
But see, one of the things, and again, no excuses, but this was my thought process at the time was, well, the car has. I'm not even going to go there. It was just stupid of me. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay,
Don't
was a
do it.
bad
don't do it
choice.
again,
It was a bad
kids.
choice.
Don't drink and drive, and don't do
Fortunately-
drugs in the car.
Fortunately for us, we made it home fine, and then the argument of are we going to have sex or not have sex was won by me.
Okay, so you didn't have sex.
Oh hell yeah, we had sex, but no, that was a funny ass. It was a funny thing.
Pull
So,
my nightie
Cindy
down when you're
texted her-
finished. I'm going to sleep.
Oh god, when you finish, you're totally going to sleep. But there was a funny text back and forth because she's like, Greg's arguing for sex, I'm arguing against it. She's like, because she was drunk as well.
I'm going to
She's
text her
doing
right
this with
now.
her friend Deb.
I'm going to text
And
her right now and
Deb,
see if this is
Deb
true.
texted the next morning who won the argument.
I'm texting her right now.
Oh, she knows I won the argument. Anyway.
yeah. Then 2 minutes later, it was done.
2.5
Anyway.
minutes, Robin. I had alcohol.
Good lad. Yeah, good lad. Fantastic.
Oh,
I'm
it was a
proud
great
of you.
night.
I'm proud of you.
It was a really, really fun night. And so we let the hair down. We had a great time. Yeah, it was good.
That's brilliant.
good
Good. Good.
Anyway.
You just have some great nights like that. I wish I had Judith and I had more great nights like that. So we miss
Just
it.
got to roofie her. I mean, just, get her to say yes. Anyway. All right, Kim,
Moving
what's
on.
going on with you?
Oh, so many things. Well,
I'm
the
Donald
big
Trump,
thing,
and I
which
approve
is-
this message.
which is probably why I look somewhat off today, is because my sister had an early morning allergy attack at 3:00 this morning.
Her
And
husband
we-
wanted to have sex. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so we had to go pick up the boys and bring them back here.
Oh, no.
And
She's allergic to the roofie.
Yeah.
probably. And
Don't joke about this stuff.
anyway.
They can kill a podcast forever. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
This
Anyway,
is
they don't know
this
what
is
she
Greg
was allergic
DeLacy's
to.
opinion and not mine, and on Greg Kim's. Okay, this is his personal opinion, and we do not condone it
Big
whatsoever.
disclaimer. But anyway, we don't know what
Russell
she was allergic
Brand,
to because
give me
she doesn't
hands.
have a She doesn't have a history of allergies, so she's gonna have to go have an allergy test to see if they can't figure out why. Because I mean, her throat swelled shut, her tongue swelled up, she couldn't breathe, she broke out in hives and sweats and the whole 9 yards. It was pretty, it was
Oh, yeah,
pretty,
horrible.
awful.
Yep.
So they
EpiPen
loaded her
stuff.
up on steroids and Benadryl, and like I said, at about 6 o'clock this morning, they finally discharged her and said she was okay to go home. So that I got about 5 hours sleep. So
Well, she has
I'm
to think back
trying
what she ate, Kim. Was it
Right.
is it a peanut allergy or some sort of nut or oil or something like that? There,
Well,
Well,
that's what I told her and she says the only thing they had was Burger King, I guess. So there really shouldn't have been anything because she's had that before. So there really shouldn't have been anything in it to
yeah,
cause
you never
it.
know.
But
It,
who knows?
it only takes the tiniest touch. The
Right.
tiniest touch.
So
Yeah.
they're
Well,
gonna
I'm
find that out.
I'm glad she's okay, and I'm
but
sorry
she-
you're sad. Oh, you're tired.
Burger King in general is poisonous, so
Yeah.
Right.
Slap it up her.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
so to totally sidetrack this, sorry, Kim, but honestly, out of all the fast food restaurants, I think Burger King is my least favorite.
Oh, I don't
Right.
know. They used
If we
to
had
do
to
this.
rank them all.
We used to do this thing. It was like a burger, like a double burger with mushroom and cheese.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. And when I was doing my best to get fat years and years ago, I used to have those and sit in the car as a rep.
All right.
Did you eat the cheese paper? That's the question.
Cheese paper. That's the
Yeah,
that's
no,
what
the cheese paper, when the cheese sticks to the paper, so when you have your
Oh.
cheeseburger,
You lick
gotta
it.
Just, oh, hell yeah.
Blow your nose
I
on
was
it.
gonna say I do that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Healthy
Yeah.
cheese, fucking yeah.
No, and
So-
the great thing that America has brought to the world, like square, flat slices of plastic on our food.
Waxy, somewhat milk-ish cheese.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
That and all those weapons left in Afghanistan, which now Hamas have. Anyway, carry on.
So anyway, there was that this morning, and well, hopefully we find out what was causing her to be allergic. Go from there. Anyway, it's finally fall here. We've now like 50, 60 degrees the last couple of days. I've actually put on flannel. I'm wearing pants at the moment. I mean,
Okay,
you
the
know, I
far
went
fire is
from-
lit
Yep.
every day.
Right.
My high today is 92.
Fuck off.
I hate weathermen and women and things, theys. Because they said there was going to be a heat wave this weekend and it rained all day today and yesterday. They haven't a fucking
Right.
clue. And about 2 weeks ago, they said there was going to be this massive storm. It was coming in. And it kind of blew a plastic seat over. And Judith made me bring all the summer stuff and put it all away
Right.
because there was going to be this massive storm. I could have farted more wind.
Right?
I hate them. Anything to get everybody frightened and scared. And so there you go.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, all I can say I think
Oh.
is Thursday I was running around in shorts and flip flops, and then Friday I had to pull out pants and socks and shoes and the whole 9 yards. So
Greg, why is
fuck
Boomer
you, Paul.
upset with you?
Because he's a crybaby. He's got bad weather too.
Right.
Deal
Oh,
with it, Boomer. 92 degrees and sunny, and it's going to drop. It's going to get cold here tomorrow.
It's
As
terrible.
it should.
77 degrees.
It's
Oh, fuck.
terrible. Lake,
God.
I know what's happening. It's terrible. The disaster. The climate is going to hell. I mean, Lake Mead's almost full. It's terrible. It's disgusting. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, and
Yes.
last but not least, since this is the baby show, I have actually a new baby in my family. Only it's not technically human. Here this time last year, my sister-in-law had brought her mare down and run it with our buckskin stud. Well, I think it was late Friday, early Saturday, I got a phone call from my brother.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry,
Sure.
sorry to interrupt you while you're a buck. What is it? A buck?
She
Buckskin-
whored out her horse,
Buckskin-
basically.
Buckskin horse.
stud. Yeah.
Buckskin horse. Okay.
Yeah.
If you look up
And-
buckskin stud on the
Stud.
internet, you're going
Right.
to be very unhappy with what you see, Robin.
Probably. Anyway,
Or happy, I don't know.
late
Images.
Friday, early Saturday morning, he had a surprise, and he calls me Saturday morning, and I don't know if you can see it or not, probably not, but there's a baby.
Ah,
Oh wow.
nice.
Yeah,
So
So-
You
and
have an illegitimate child in your house now.
I haven't. Well, I haven't. I guess you could say I have a niece now, but she's a little girl. They don't know what they're gonna name her yet. But yeah, I'm kind of tickled because they thought the horse had lost it earlier this year, and well, then to
Hmm.
come to find out, no, she hadn't. So
Okay.
So I searched for
Yeah.
buckskin scub head, and I've got cock cages.
Oh,
And
God,
I've
of
got a
course.
stallion penis developer from Chemist
Well, there you
Direct. So
Yeah.
okay, Pete. This is right up Pete's street, isn't it? Really is.
I know.
Right. And to put in perspective, the buckskin stud that we pimped out, as you say, was the same one that, remember here a couple of years ago, he ran into a fence and cut his leg open really bad.
no way.
Remember?
Way.
That's the same one. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
So he's potent but not bright.
right. So
Yeah, like
you know,
most
I was
blokes.
teasing him yesterday that he was gonna have to pay child support, and then this morning he tries to bite dad. So I'm like, well, maybe he's not real happy about paying child support. I don't know. Word
That's
of the
not my
wise.
kid. You
Don't
can't
bite
prove
dad.
it.
Dear.
Dad was not real happy about that this morning. I'm like, well, you know.
All right.
What do you do?
Okay.
So anyway, that's story time with me. Allergies, horses, and it's cold here and I hate it. So
Okay.
yay.
Robin.
I have
what's been
very,
going on with you?
very, very dark eyes right now. I am burning the candle at both ends. Work,
Yeah.
bongo racing, and kids are taking their toll on me.
I'll bet.
I am just a walking zombie right now. So last weekend I'd mentioned the kids, and I was very upset about what was going on with the kids. So those two beautiful blonde girls came to us on the Friday night, and just to wrap up that story, we got a call. Was it Sunday after? No, Monday. So so Monday about 4:15, we got a call to say social workers were on their way to pick the kids up. Their grandfather had arrived over from London, and he was going to take them back. And the mother, I can't say too much, but she was a barrister, which is like not a lawyer, but higher than a lawyer, right? So she's known better. It was her. Anyway,
Right.
Okay.
so those kids went 4:30. 5:00, the phone rang. And a while ago, we had a couple of Polish girls, and a 13-year-old and a 7-year-old. And they were with us for about 6 months, and they got back to their mum, who had a drink problem. And last Monday afternoon, sadly, she didn't pick them up from school, and
no.
she was found lying in the gutter, drunk as a skunk, completely off her trolley. And the kids were she'd already been kicked out of the woman's home for finding bottles of drink there. Anyway, a mess. So those girls, so that was 4:30. The little two blonde, beautiful girls that I got very attached to, even though it was only a weekend. They all take a little bit of your heart,
Right.
every bit. And the two girls are now back with us again. Jasmine's very happy because she was very friendly with the younger one. And so that was 4:30, 5:00, 6:30. The two girls are back in with us. It was like a revolving doors. So it's been kind of nutty. Our ex, just to give you another bit of update, our young chap who is no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole lot of mess with his school. So school had started, but he only started school a week and a half ago. He's expelled. And
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
Shocking.
he was found in the bathroom, his toilets, lying on the floor in a puddle of vomit after having cannabis and all manner of drugs. And that was going to happen here. It was going to happen here. And on a very positive note, his elder brother, who is with us at the dinner table today, happened to say that that he had got a letter home from school and didn't say to us, but he had been made sort of head of school, head of prefect, head boy.
Wow.
So chalk and cheese, as I said. So so
Talk
yeah,
about the tale of two tapes.
so on one part the kids, frigates draining and mentally and every other way, and in other parts is really, really positive and lovely. So there's been a tough week that way. Tough with work, very, very busy with work as well. And the bongo racing stuff, I'll talk about it in a wee while. I did what happened to manage to fit in some stuff this afternoon and through the week, very late at night. I watched Grosse Point Blank again, and
Nice.
it's one of my favorite movies, even though he's full of shit. I just love his movies. And it's if you don't know what Grosse Point Blank is, it's just what's his name has skipped my
John Cusack.
John Cusack and his sister, who is a
I need
fantastic.
to rewatch that movie.
Sorry. Yeah,
So I need to rewatch that
brilliant.
movie. I watched it a long time
And
ago. I never really got on with it.
What do you call the guy from Ghostbusters and
Dan Aykroyd?
Mini Driver is the love thing, and Dan Aykroyd's in it as well. So he sort of disappeared from school. He's an assassin. He goes back to his high school reunion and meets up with his old girlfriend, and it's all.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of a totally different movie.
Well,
yes. Okay.
brilliant.
I'm on it.
I've been keeping an eye out for it to so it come up for free to watch, and then I just one evening I went to frigate. I'm gonna buy it, and I bought it again, and I've watched it several times even since then, or had it on in the background. So it's just a fantastic movie. And
This next movie I'm excited for.
And this afternoon I watched Dungeons and Dragons. So
Nice.
yeah, so I was looking after the kids. Judith was out for a while, and I put down and it has a fantastic cast. Really good guy, Captain Kirk from Star Trek. It has Mr. Flopsy Hair from England as sort of the baddie. What do you call him? Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant.
Oh, Hugh Grant, yes.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, lots of really, and even the guy who's the husband of the giant, who is the girl from Avatar who flew the helicopter. She was really sexy and cool. She's the his friend in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She was the girl that drove that. Yeah, and her husband was this tiny little dwarf man. But that's what do you call? Damn it! I've got to get this D&D movie. It'll come up here. Sorry, I apologize. I apologize, but I need. It's a Bradley Walsh, isn't it? Bradley, not Bradley Walsh. That's the guy. It's on TV over here. Honor Among Thieves. No, is that what it is? It's just out this year, isn't it? Honor Among Thieves. Yeah. So there's going to be more, of course. What's his name? Michelle Rodriguez. She was Holga. Chris Pine, of course. Hugh Grant. What do you call him?
It's a great cast. And surprisingly, at least I thought, funny, witty, good humor.
Bradley Cooper, who was, of course.
Oh, yes.
So Bradley Cooper is the wee tiny. Is that Bradley Cooper? So, and I'm watching it, and Judith's there as well. It's Sunday afternoon. The fire's lit. We're all sort of Sunday afternoon, that couple of hours you have. And she said, "What the hell is this?" And I said, Judith, it's like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like an adventure romp. It's good and it's funny. And I would have to say, it's witty.
It's better than it should be.
It's witty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think witty is, there's some good jokes in it, which is self-aware stuff that's really good, and some really, really good characters and fantastic effects. It's not, you're never going to say it's 1984 or anything big and deep, but it's a good it's a good watch. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. Fun. So that's that.
We need more fun.
So
hey, speaking of fun,
yes,
one thing I neglected to talk about. So last week I noticed you made a comment on the podcast, Robin. When I had sent you a text message saying,
I didn't answer.
"Hey, Robin, guys trip,
Mm-hmm.
Orlando or Florida." I think
you
it's
did. You
Florida.
mentioned that, yes, Florida,
right?
And I haven't answered because I've been pondering that answer,
right?
And I talked in my therapy session about it last Sunday evening,
and the therapy session basically, kind of came back. You were like, Vegas is the only destination.
Yeah.
And while I agree, I love Vegas, and I'll go back to Vegas anytime you want to go.
Okay.
I was trying to be considerate to say,
there's
hey,
a flight at 8 a.m.
But I was trying to, do I'll meet you halfway kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
so this way,
a couple hours
the boys from the UK could fly in. It's not as big a trip. I could fly out that way. We could get Gary DiFelice and some of the other people out on the East Coast to come potentially.
He'll probably be at the dentist.
Yeah, well, probably. But so that was my thinking with the, and I thought, okay, an amusement park and us running wild in an amusement park would be comical.
Yeah. But how could I do that without the kids?
In hindsight.
In
hindsight.
Yeah.
I think us waiting in lines at an amusement park is not fun.
No.
Mm-mm.
And I don't have the benefit of my son being with us, so he can get us to basically skip all the lines.
I could limp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But so then I was thinking one of two things. Obviously, Vegas back on, or what about Atlantic City?
I know nothing about Atlantic City.
Nor do I. I just know they have gambling.
What about Dollywood?
That's all he's after.
Yeah.
Tennessee?
Dollywood seems like
Yeah, it's a family
It would-
place.
yeah. So that
Now
but
here's
my thinking was this.
here's the thing.
Cindy said for my big birthday, because it's gonna be double nickels for me.
What?
Do you want
60?
to go back out to do another big guys trip? And of course, I just ran with that. It's just like
When is your big boys? When is that? 50?
55 next year.
Is that? Was you call it a big birthday?
Double nickels.
Double nickels. Okay.
Anyway,
So
so it's not really a big birthday, but if she's gonna say it's a big birthday and I can do a trip, why the hell am I gonna argue with it?
that sounds good.
So hookers blowing guns. I'm just saying, maybe a couple cars. I could do a Vegas all over again.
Okay. So I have an open invitation to Florida as well right now. So
So that again, Florida could be back on the table. I'm not opposed to it.
so remember when I was in a place called Port Charlotte, which was way down on the left hand side, Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, straight across from Port Charlotte, on the other side, on the Atlantic side. Where's Port Charlotte? Just to get it here, Port Charlotte. There's there, and I go over there, and it is, I believe it's Palm Bay, in
Okay.
Florida, which is further down from Port St. John, way down.
Yeah.
And he's building
Here's
this
my thing,
beautiful big new
if we
house.
do Florida,
Nah,
so
no,
Vegas is gambling. It's gambling, hookers, blow, and
Yeah.
guns. Florida, it's pretty much hookers and blow.
See, hold on, Las Vegas. Oh, can I spell Las Vegas? Okay, see all.
Kim, I resent that, by the way.
So
I was
where?
waiting.
So where? I have a screenshot of a taxi driver's number. We should maybe call him now.
Oh shit.
Where is it?
What do you need? I get you anything you want.
Where is it? Let's see.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So that was the whole
So when are you
impetus for the
55?
bringing up the trip.
When are you 55? Next year.
Yes, next year.
Oh, I'm not. That's just me. I'm 55 as well. That's even more.
Look, man, I'm just calling it like I see it. I mean, this was the impetus for me reaching out. So, we
Okay.
could,
So
we
when
could
is
make that a fun show.
when is off season? Because we don't care about the sun.
October-ish is
We
going to
don't-
be more off season.
We don't care about the sun.
No.
No.
The good news is it's sunny in Vegas almost all the time.
It's not November and December. It's not.
Almost all the time.
You
Robin.
need something warm at nighttime and stuff like that.
Almost all the time, Robin.
No, it's horrible. Oh, hold on. Look at this. Wow. Look at those tits. Oh, yeah, baby.
Where's the big tower? That's,
I don't know if I'll be able to swing it. So next year for us, we have my niece's wedding in Italy. So we're out to
Right.
Lake Garda
Yeah.
again for the wedding. So it would have to be later in the year. And Judith I would have to allow Judith to do a thing, because I've been to I was in Germany a few
Right.
weeks ago with the boys, and next weekend I'm in Germany with the boys. And earlier on this year, is it this year?
See,
So this year?
see, Robin. Okay.
Was it this
I
year?
need
in
you
Las
to put your
Vegas?
salesman hat on. You're
Oh,
missing
boy.
opportunities here, Robin. You are doing her a favor by bringing the boys with you
Yeah,
and getting them out of her hair.
yeah. Just
She
leave you
doesn't have
all
to
the
worry
foster
about the
children
boys
and
stuff.
Jasmine and all the other ones, all the other 4 foster kids, and you're stuck there
There's
in the
only so
house.
much you could do, Robin, but you were making an effort.
It's like me talking about bongo racing. Like, Judith, I have to go out to my office right now because I'm building a thing. You have to understand it's for the future. I don't want to do this. It's for the future. I'm building something for us. I have to keep doing it. She understands that. So, I'm going to Germany again to the biggest sim racing expo. I've got business cards made with my name on them and even a QR code.
You need to
I'm-
focus in and do some stuff for her podcast, Robin,
Yeah.
and just do it.
Do you know what? I
out
built
of-
this bloody thing over here, right? Okay, see this
Right.
here, this over there. It has 4 microphones. I bought a oh my head. Oh. I bought a Rode Podcaster Pro, which is not useful at all for our podcast, not in the slightest. I bought tables,
No.
microphones, cables,
All of it for them.
ducting.
You
They
bought
haven't
an
done
arcade
one
cabinet
thing.
so they'd have a table to put their drinks on next to them while they're podcasting.
Dear. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe. Okay. So realistically, October.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
October might be doable.
Okay. Loose plans, nothing concrete. We're just speculating here, and start laying the groundwork, Robin.
No.
You got to start.
The big
paving the road a
question
little
is Mike off the chin.
bit. I guarantee there's no way he makes it based on New Child. Yeah.
Now, if you and I go,
You like, we're getting arrested.
oh yeah, okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, okay. And Pete, I mean, we could have to pay Pete's way because he'll
I
be
did
on
bring
the
the
dole.
ginger along. Maybe we actually could. No, I'm not. I was gonna say Marshy would finally get his wish. The one thing we didn't do.
We don't talk. Okay, so this is Fight Club. Okay, we don't talk
Right.
about Vegas until at least January or February of next year.
Fair
Just
play.
Not
All right.
mentioned to the girls or whatsoever.
Tabling it for now.
Yeah. Now,
Externally.
could they see? Could they come?
Who's they?
The girls.
Well, like Kim could come.
Yeah. Okay. Kim would be okay.
Right.
But Cindy and Judith.
No.
No.
I
would
mean,
be a-
I just straight up no on
it
my
would be-
end.
it would
Only
be-
from the standpoint of I need to put Colin somewhere.
I know, but I mean, I couldn't explain sitting at a slot machine at 5 a.m. to Judith. She just wouldn't get it.
Right.
Are you coming to bed? What are you? Don't do that. You're gambling more. You've won $50. Let's go to bed. No. She wouldn't appreciate the liquor in the room. I might have to liquor in the room. That's a whole different type of holiday.
Yeah. Did you show her the video of me like making you guys drink those drinks?
No. You were a saint. You made me go to bed at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Make you go to bed at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No.
okay,
Okay.
let's-
That's the thing. All right. So so there's that. So there's point blank. Blah 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 blah. We've done all that. Okay. Let's move along. Let's move along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Move
talk
along.
video games.
Video games.
Thank you very
Oh shit.
Whoops. Starting it all over.
Do you know what? See
Well
this weight loss
oiled
thing.
machine.
This
You
weight
are
loss
one
thing.
pathetic
This weight loss thing
loser.
has ruined me. Ruined me. Not eating between meals, cutting out the alcohol, just has ruined me. So I've been saving up today to have this, my bumbu. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not a snack. I had my breakfast and I had my dinner, and that's about it. But so I usually have a snack. So I'm cutting out the snacking and cutting out the alcohol. But because I've cut out the alcohol now for about a month, one sniff of this beautiful thing makes my jaw a little bit loose. So I can't hit the right buttons.
I cut out alcohol for a day. I'm good.
Right?
One day at a time. One day at a time. Sweet
Uh,
Jesus. That's all
all right.
I'm asking.
We're talking
from
video
you.
games, Robin. We're talking
Yeah.
video games. We're going to start with you because you
Oh,
put
shit.
out one of the funniest videos I've seen in the longest time.
Oh dear.
Well, okay, not the funniest video to date. All-time favorite funny video was me Skype calling you in the middle of your race.
Right.
that was really
That
was up there.
legitimately
That was up there.
funny, great reaction. This time around, you took part in an endurance race,
Yes.
which for those that don't know, this is an Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Very good.
Lasagna.
It's well pronounced. Very good. Okay.
It's
all right. So
teamwork, right?
so-
Teamwork makes the wheel go round.
those that aren't interested in racing right now and don't want any spoilers, go and make a cup of tea because I'm going to be talking about it for the next 5 minutes. So, Yes, I was invited along to the Red Ken Racing 2-hour endurance race last Saturday. And my partner, Roger Leopardi, the voice of Ford in America, was my driving partner. And we had never done this. Roger had never done this before, and I had never done this. We had 3 teams entered. There was Laurent from France and Mark, who lives in France, but he's very English and speaks in French. He's very, very disconcerting French with an English accent. And we had Dave and Steve. And Dave's from Scotland and likes haggis. And Steve is a great lad from England and just steady as rock. Anyway, 3 teams entered. It was a 2-hour race, and all the way through the week, they'd said that it was going to be dry. And it was based on the real weather at Silverstone in England, and we were watching the weather forecasts all the way through it.
Right.
And of course, as soon as qualifying and practice came up, it was wet. Not just a bit wet, but it was like
downpour.
Like 17-year-old in the back of your first car wet. It was unbelievably wet. It was just, yeah. Anyway, Roger took the qualifying in the first stint, and out he went, and he'd done a fantastic stint. And Roger's a good driver. It really is good. He's good. He's consistent. He's a great lad. And at the end of the first 40-minute stint, we were sitting in 3rd place overall out of the 30-odd people driving. Fantastic. And he came into the pits, and he did get a drive through track cuts, but even still, we were still in 3rd place. And as he came into the pits, that's when it all started to go wrong. There's a cat behind you on a shelf, Kim. Anyway, he came into the pits, and because it was wet, and because our strategies had all changed, and our pitch up strategies had all changed, I took over the car, and I should have had about 20 laps or 22 laps of fuel in my car. I had 7.
Yeah.
So that wasn't good. So that was the first problem. So I went
now, real quickly, is that because you stopped fueling early?
No, because Roger hadn't adjusted the fuel and added the fuel in, so that was kind of his error. So I went. So that means I had to come in to get more fuel. So I came in to get more fuel, and I believe at that stage I got caught speeding in the pit lane, which was a drive-through penalty, and then they got all that sorted. And then my control, because how you adjust, the person who's driving, not the person who's waiting in the pits, the person who's driving is the only one that can adjust the pit strategy. And you have to do it while you're racing. It's like patting your head and rubbing your belly. And the controls on my wheel had stopped controlling. So I had to pull into the...
All your bindings just
disappeared. So I came into the pits and parked to the side for about 2 minutes. And got it all sorted, and had to do my drive-through and do a whole new lap, and for Roger to then take over. And we're doing the countdown for Roger to take over. 5, 4, 3, 2. Roger goes, and it doesn't go because I didn't change over to him in his name.
Right.
So I go around and do another lap because I'm still in control.
And Robin on video is swearing. I did it. I changed over. I swear I did.
I have a swear. I have profanity meter on the thing on the video, and then he comes in, and Roger takes over the car, and this is wet, so wet that it that the only thing to have is wet tires. And I got Roger in the car, and then playing the video, like at this moment he realized he had fucked up. I put Roger out on wet tires, on dry tires, in a completely wet. It was just everything that could go wrong. It was our first time. The whole idea was it was about learning and experience, and that was
now,
it.
Credit to Roger, because I listened to the video. Roger was very, very nice about it all.
He was brilliant.
He's just like, this is first time doing it. It's okay.
Roger's superb. He is a superb guy. He's a dude. And I'm so impressed with him. And when I listened back to it, he was so encouraging and so positive. And don't worry, it's okay. It's no problem. We're okay. So everything that could go wrong kind of did go wrong. But it was a good experience. But watching it back, I was in grief. And the reason I was in grief was because I also put enough fuel in for him to last for a flipping week as well. Because is when you're driving by yourself and you mess up, you've only got yourself to blame.
Right.
But in this situation, you've got a teammate, and if you crash the car or do something wrong, he's affected too. And if he had a crashed the car on the first stint or not handled the wet conditions, it would have been okay. It wouldn't have been as bad. But because we were in third place, and it just went, so we finished. I think we finished 18th. I think out of 30, which is still okay.
Yeah.
For our first attempt.
Considering all the problems you had, that's pretty.
But it was a disaster. Anyway, so that done. Watch the video. It's on my channel. It's called "I Wanted to Cry," and it's a funny video. Watch the video. It's good. It is good.
This is weird. So Roger just sent me a text message.
Oh fuck!
Do better.
Do better. Do better.
No, Robin. Thank you for sharing that. Though I mean, it was funny to watch because I think your editing skills are getting great. You edited that video down into a funny montage of a very frustrating moment.
Yeah.
I could sense how upset you were with yourself because you were letting Roger down, and rightfully so.
And
the comments, dry tires.
The comments on the video were brilliant because it's like, oh, that was the hardest thing to watch, but it was but the thing about it is, people usually on these sorts of videos, ACC, you get people that just show their streams like generic crap. You know, just this was my stream. This was
just driving.
This was my thing, I think people also liked it because it shows the normal side of, a normal older bloke, normal bloke, and the things that we go through. And I think people kind of liked that as well. So that was good. Anyway, that was that. And we'll continue to do it, and we've got something to prove now, so we'll go on to it. But last night was, believe it or not, the 7th of October. And that's exactly 365 days since I'd done my first racing stream. And we had a fun night last night. Right. And 205, believe it or not, 205 videos and streams later. There we are, almost 500 subscribers starting from nothing. I had 144 LFM races, about 8 wins, 4 podiums, fastest laps. So from there to there, it's been fantastic. And one of the lovely things, and I've done a blog post today. It's at bongosbits.com, and it's sort of the 1 year anniversary. Have a read at it. One of the things I never really expected when I started that, I thought it would be a bit of fun, but then people started to come along to give me encouragement, advice, support, and I started the Discord and then Bongo Racing officially, and that community side of things has been the cream on the cherry on the cake, and it's been just awesome, and it's taken up a lot of my time, but at the same time it has been fabulous, and it just like I suppose our community and going to EGX, that's the same sort of feeling that we're getting, and it's brilliant. And being able to go fast and have fun and share what I've learned over that year to new people coming on has been brilliant. So thank you everybody for supporting me. People like Jason, Step J, there's a chap Tony Juta, who doesn't have a racing rig, and he's been pretty much in every live stream I've done over the last year. And I emailed him yesterday to say, hey, Tony, you've been in every stream. Would you be interested in being a moderator and step in when people... So he came back today saying, wow, thank you. And there was a couple of guys who were in that endurance race, Steve and Davey Mack up in Scotland. I've asked them to come into the administration team for the whole thing as well. And that's been lovely, and it's great. I've had as much back from it, and I never expected it. I expected I'll stream my stuff and it'll be funny, but it's turned into this bigger thing. It's bigger than me, and it's
truly become a passion project that is more than just a passion
Yeah.
project at this stage.
So, the reality is, we are in an off week. There is no LFM, Low Fuel Motorsport races this week. And tomorrow, season 12 starts. We finished 69th, baby, in the last one in my next
Nice.
division. And I've picked the Aston Martin Vantage car, which used to be called the Rocket Ship. But there's been lots of changes, and
Right.
it's not.
It's not the rocket ship.
It's not the rocket ship right now. I've been racing it in our community races and it's been fun, but it is a struggle. And to give you an example, last night when we were doing that, I'd done the first race in this new car and I went, frigate, we're going to Suzuka in Japan. I'm going to do the second race in my old car. And before the first car, I wasn't competitive. Jumping into my old car, I finished third. And it was fast. Anyway, but there have been some changes with LFM. This thing called BOP. So BOP is called Balance of Performance. And what it means is it tries to level the field. So
So you could pick different cars,
in,
so to speak.
in real life, what they do is they take the times at how fast a car goes at a certain circuit. And if one car is very fast at a certain circuit, they throw a lot of weight on it. So they put
Okay.
pounds of weight in the car, and that's balancing the performance so that all cars are pretty well. Now every car will have a wee bit, but LFM, they're introducing this BOP, this BOP, for the new
Okay.
season. They're the first group of people to do this, and the Aston Martin looks very, very favourable. It's not getting any weight added to it. In fact, it's getting weight taken off it, and I won't know until the first races start this week, tomorrow.
Right.
So, and I don't like. I've picked it. I've got a brand new livery for it. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
but I
Live with it, but
So
nervous
anyway,
right now, obviously.
yeah. So, so that's the new season starts tomorrow midnight tonight. This week in a community race, we're mounting the Panorama again, and we're doing it. We're pushing our guys even more. Mount Panorama, the 24-hour race starts at 5 a.m. So my guys are going to start at 5 a.m. Start in the dark into the dawn. We're going to do a 1-hour race there on Thursday night. I won't be there. I'll be in Germany. And my vibrating pedals that I ordered on the 8th of June, which I had to show the email to Judith. Honestly, I ordered them on the 8th of June. I said I wouldn't spend any more, but honestly, I paid these. Anyway, the vibrating pedals have arrived. They're funny because they're quite noisy. On my accelerator pedal and on my brake pedal, when I press the brake, when the ABS kicks in, it goes zzz and gives you a foot massage. But when your ABS kicks in, it knows you have to ease off. And on the accelerator pedal, when you're accelerating too hard and you get the wheel slippage, it goes zzz, and you get that feeling. So you know that, yeah. But it's brilliant. But it comes through. It's fantastic, really good. And this time next week, I'm sorry, I will be on my way back from Germany. I'm going to the largest sim racing expo in the whole of Europe, probably in the world. It's in Dortmund, in Germany, and bringing the boys out with me. And looking forward to trying all of the new shiny stuff, and my bank account may get a hit. Honestly, as I wrote in the blog post today, the rabbit hole that is sim racing over the last 12 months, it's in 5 figures. Honestly, it's
all the more reason to go back to Vegas, Robin, to the Crazy Rich Asian Machine.
Oh, there's so many new ones. I've been watching this guy on YouTube.
I know.
And all those fantastic machines.
All right.
Anyway, so that's what I'm up to. So I'm away next weekend. I'm in Germany again, twice in Germany in the 1 year. Yeehaw.
See Kyle.
Fuck's sake. What are you trying to do this week? Anyway, so yeah, so that's my week. So racing fun, 1 year in of streaming. Thank you everybody that supported me, encouraged me. From Gary D. Felici to Step J to all other big guys that are out there, on the new friends that I've made through this. Thank you very much. It's been real.
Robin, we love to see the growth in bongo racing. It has been pretty awesome to watch. And for those that are just realizing this now, there's a lot of dark humor coming off of me today. That will continue through the show.
Good stuff.
Better or worse. Kim.
Yeah.
Let's talk party animals.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, still playing Party Animals. I even play it by myself with Anthony's now. See, Anthony actually really likes Party Animals now too. So, yeah, Party Animals. I think you should play it, and it's on Game Pass. So
It just sounds like it's one of those games that honestly, if you had again, not trying to bring alcohol back into the picture, but
right.
if you had a couple drinks in you, you're just gonna be giggling nonstop. And
Oh,
probably
yeah,
still
it's
giggle
hilarious.
nonstop without it. But I mean,
Well, yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's something funny about a stuffed animal walking around with a taser. It may not be as funny, if you're the asshole that gets tased and then you lose, but it's still kind of hilarious. Or picking up like a freaking tennis racket and, smacking you off a freaking iceberg and then you turn into an ice cube, that sort of thing. I don't know. It's fun.
back in the day, I thought it would be fun just to walk around in real life with a taser.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
maybe.
but that
It's
didn't
frowned
work.
upon
That
these
didn't
days.
work out that well, did it?
Yeah, right. But it's fun if you can get a group of people together like that. I've played it with Tony. He really enjoys it. We both really enjoy it. So, I mean, there's still some of the controls like I'm still trying to figure out because there's this one soccer game and you have to figure out how the hell they get your stuffed animal up to kick the ball to get it anywhere. And I'm shit at it. So there's that. But
It's fun. We
yeah.
played this plasticine type game one time, Greg, didn't we? Was it?
Yeah.
It was the
it
other
kind of
one.
reminds me of Human Fall Flat sort of thing. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Human Fall Flat. There was another one.
That one, yeah, something Bros or I don't know. We played it and we didn't get on with it.
Yeah. I look. I was gonna. It was something Gang Beasts. I
Gang
think.
Beasts.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gang Beasts, yeah.
Gang
Yeah.
Bang. Yeah.
Gang Bang was
Bang.
gonna come out of my lips, and I thought, no, wrong game.
Nope.
Tag, you're it.
What if I search? If I search Gang Bang? What would come up?
Oh, God.
All right, Kim.
Yes.
What else have you been playing?
Oh boy. Let's see. I played some Modern Warfare multiplayer last weekend, but we all heard about that. I played Darktide this
Yeah,
week.
let's talk about Warhammer 40K Darktide.
Right.
Just released into Game Pass. It actually came out on PC a year ago, I believe.
Right. It's been out on it for a while, but they had some bugs or some stuff they were trying to
Right.
work out, so it didn't come to console right away, or at least Xbox right away. So yeah, it's finally out this week, and I'm enjoying it. What I've played of it so far, it's very dark, which is apparently kind of Warhammer's thing. Anyway, it's kind of grim, dark sort of thing.
Yeah, the whole like vibe of Warhammer, for those who may not be familiar, I mean, it
Right.
really is. They try and you have a sense of good versus pure evil,
Right.
but I honestly get more of a sense of which is the lesser evil of all of these different
Yes.
evils.
Right.
Because the quote unquote good humans are not really good humans. They're, you really could look at it as radical cultists at the end of the
Right.
day. And then you have the evil monstrous side of the world. And just kind of like, I don't know that one side is necessarily better than the other side.
Well, yeah, because you've got the ones that you're fighting with, I guess, and they're
Right.
all, listen to this guy and don't trust this, don't trust like science and that sort of thing. And as you're kind of sitting there thinking, well, all right, faith based, I can see where this is gonna go,
Right.
But it's fun,
The visuals on this game are fantastic.
right,
Not only gameplay, but the cutscenes to open this whole thing up, the whole game up. I was like really taken aback by it. I did not expect it to be as good as it was.
right,
I do think this is very Left 4 Dead like.
yes,
Okay.
I agree,
So
Which
co-op
is-
shooter. If you play it solo, you will get, I believe, co-op partners that are AI controlled.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. This is
I think
not
I
for
was
kids.
partied up with some other random people too,
Okay.
so
Because in the prologue, you do play with a AI controlled character at one
yes,
point. I did laugh a little bit because that character looked like they had done a gazillion lines of coke and were just bouncing all over the place. It could not stop just to just be in one spot,
right,
constant moving. And I was like, okay, the AI, it's having some kind of issue with kind of placement, if you will.
right,
But that aside, it's fun. The shooting feels great. Actually, the physical combat I liked.
I was gonna say I do better with the shovel than I did with the gun that they ended up giving me. So
right.
spent more time.
It's very easy to get swarmed in this game.
Yes, it is because we were doing really well. I think we tried to do the first mission and we didn't quite get it completed because we all got picked off pretty much one by one. So I think it'll be fun with we can get like what was it, 4 of us together and give it a go sometime. I think
Well, for
it'll be
sure,
good.
Extra Life,
So-
I see this being played.
Right. And them damn zombie, I guess they're zombie dogs in this thing. Oh my god. Those things got me down twice. And those are a pain in the ass. So
It's because they know you're a cat lover.
Probably.
Like, kill her first.
yes, take her out first. And that's something else. My character is probably one of the ugliest people I could have ever possibly thought of. But I swear if you try to make a character in this game, just face it, they're all gonna be ugly no matter what you do. So I'm coming from an RPG background where, you kind of reasonably make them decent looking, and then you jump into this and you're like, wow, nothing I pick will make this work. They're all going to suck. So, I mean, the hairstyles
Like,
are something
I'm going to make
else.
my character look great.
Right, and no. Because the hairstyles look like they just took a set of clippers to each of them and, like, shaved off just random places in their hair. I mean, this one, she's got long hair on the sides and the back of it's like completely shaved off. And I'm like, okay. Bold style choice, but all right. So I did the best I could do with what I had. And I swear she sounds faintly Irish. So, I'm supporting Robin, I guess, in that one. So,
Potato.
yeah. So anyway, but Darktide, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I know there was a lot of people on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that were bashing it, saying it's not that great, yada, yada, yada. Wait till you see the visuals, this kind of shit, yada, yada. But I'm liking it. So, I don't know. To each their own, I guess. But I like the Warhammer kind of thing. So, I wondered that, because he looks a little funny.
Did you notice how Greg looks like the head of Tesla and SpaceX right now? He looks like Elon
bit.
Musk right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole squinty, squished up. Yeah.
Greg has frozen right now.
Well, I thought he got a little Skypey there for a little bit.
He's
but...
gone. I don't give a toss, honestly.
Oh, well,
it's
look
just
at that.
messed up the cameras, but what the hell?
What the hell?
Well, that's cool.
All Greg's fault.
Do you like the cat that I've added?
I do like the cat, but then of course I do. So,
Of course you do. Well, there's a UFO in there as well, but anyway.
Yeah, I saw the UFO.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Greg says the internet died.
Well,
That seems about right.
Okay, well, we have no idea what he played, but he played some more Starfield and the Lamplighter League, and he did play a bit of Warhammer as well, so
Right.
that's about it. So
I tried to play Lamplighter League, but I needed a demo. I needed to download apparently, so I didn't get to.
Oh well, c'est la vie.
Next time.
Okay,
Right.
well, let's go straight to the news.
Alrighty.
Here is the fucking news.
So, in the news this week, Redfall finally gets a patch. I was waiting for that patch. I couldn't wait to get the patch from Redfall. I really couldn't. Arcane Austin and Bethesda Softworks shared on Friday that the latest update for Redfall is available now, bringing the promised 60 frames per second performance for Xbox Series X and XS players. There's a number of other improvements, including the notable addition of stealth takedowns and some controller handling movements. Who cares? Seriously, really? Microsoft reportedly expects to finalize its acquisition of Activision Blizzard next week. Yeah, I've heard that many times before.
I know, right?
Yeah, really? Yeah. According to a source speaking to The Verge, a source unnamed, of course, the Xbox company is looking at Friday, October the 13th. Nothing could go wrong on the 13th. As a potential closing date for the $68.7 billion deal. The deal depends on the final decision being made by the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, because we rule the world, which is a major roadblock to the deal closing. The CMA announced last month that it provisionally agreed to allow the deal following the changes to the terms. It then opened a consultation, the deadline for which ends today, October the 6th, which is 2 days ago, after which it will make its final decision. For goodness sake, just sort it out. It's all sorted.
Right.
Seriously? And then Bethesda has a surprise launch. The Elder Scrolls Castles. It's not castles, it's castles. There's a T in there, for goodness sake. Available for early access for Android. Oh, God. Elder Scrolls Castles appears to be a Fallout Shelter style simulation game. From Bethesda Game Studios, the award-winning developer behind Skyrim and Fallout. The Elder Scrolls Castles, a new mobile game that puts you in control of your very own castle and dynasty. Reads the game's Google Play Store listing. It sounds wonderful, and I can't wait for it.
I totally believe you.
Totally shows. Hey,
Right?
how about that for internet just randomly being like, nope, don't want to work for a minute. Sorry.
Yeah.
You
Could
look
have been
like
mine.
you.
you
The,
know.
the freeze frame of you just made you look like Elon Musk.
Right.
It was really Elon Musk. It was really good. Okay. Boomers in Maryland.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, he is.
Interesting.
Is it really Mary Boomer? That's what I want to know. Or is it just okay land?
Sony hides a trailer for Star Wars KOTOR remark and deletes the announcement tweet. Oh. Billed as a
That would be
collab.
remake.
Not
Uh,
remark.
Yeah, remark. How much bamboo did you have?
One glass. It's freaking awful. Billed as a collaboration between developer Asper Media and the production partners Lucasfilm Games and Sony Interactive Entertainment, the game was announced as a timed PS5 console exclusive. How dare they? During a PlayStation Showcase event in September. However, it was recently noticed that the tweet from the main PlayStation Twitter account announced that the game was deleted, while the title's reveal trailer has been made private. Who watches this stuff? Who notices that? Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake has reportedly been beset by problems over the last couple of years. Bloomberg claimed last summer that Asper had stopped working on the game and the future of the title was up in the air.
Yep.
KOTOR.
I mean, I'm slightly disappointed just because the trailer that they announced this on, it looked great.
Right.
And the Star Wars KOTOR game is an all-time classic.
It really is.
But oh well.
It's no.
I can't really get upset about what I don't have.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a remake of Aliens, Including Marines. That's what we're waiting for, really. Did we not talk about Epic Games laying off our staff last week? Is that another 16%?
You might have talked about this. I did. I apologize
you're
if that's the
crap. You're
case.
pathetic.
There's been a lot of layoffs.
You're the
lately.
worst. Yeah, it's, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're laying off. Yeah, we talked about this last week, and they're cutting all of the telephone sanitizers, the hairdressers,
Yep.
the middle managers. They're all gone. They're away. So that's sad.
Yeah,
It's sad when people lose their jobs, and it's a hard time. And I think times are going to be harder too coming in next year. So
Tend to agree. Real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I wanted to talk about it. Lamplighter League.
Yes, please, because I wanted to play this, but I
Oh,
needed an update. So I
Yes.
didn't get to.
So this was a game that came to Game Pass. I think turn-based strategy game. So XCOM like in some of how it controls from combat, but it's more it's kind of old-timey 1930s 1940s kind of vibe to it.
Right.
The characters all the visuals of the game, it has this kind of cartoony visual art style.
Mhm.
It doesn't play like XCOM.
Right.
And I say that I don't get the same kind of frustrations that I did with XCOM.
Okay.
So XCOM, you could be standing right next to a creature and you take the shot and it's like
You
you
missed.
had you miss, and it feels like XCOM does that to you more than any other game ever has.
Mhm.
This game so far, when you have like a 80-90% chance of hitting something, you're gonna hit it.
Right.
The controls are unique in that it's real-time control when you're not in combat. So you're moving around the map, kind of exploring. And then as you get into combat, it goes turn-based, or you can force turn-based. You can put yourself into turn-based mode at any time you want. But the weird part about it is when you're like cruising around the map in live action, I'll call it that.
Right.
You don't really have the ability to sneak. Sneaking is just walking slowly versus running.
Right.
But visually, it doesn't look like you're sneaking on screen. even though technically the game considers that you're moving slow enough that you're not being noticed.
Right.
It's just one of those little oddities. I really want to be able to crouch. I just
Right.
want a crouch button. There's no crouch button. It's contextual, so when you get up next to a crate, your character will then crouch behind the crate.
Right.
And it throws you off a little bit though, because sometimes you're not meaning to crouch, or you just kind of walk, and suddenly your characters crouch down, and then they crouch back up, and you're like, okay, I didn't do that. Why are you doing that?
Right.
Also, you don't collect loot off of enemies that have fallen. So a little bit different. Again, coming from an RPG, if I kill a character and he's got a machine gun, I want to be able to go over, walk up, and pick up the machine gun,
Right.
and then have a machine gun as my weapon. In this game, you don't do any of that. It is all based on each character's skill sets and kind of what they possess, is in terms of they may have a gun, they may not.
Right.
You also don't really create characters. They're all pre-made characters that will join your team, and you bring them out, within the mission. It's very spy kind of, again, the 1930s, spy, you're hunting, looting, not so much the Indiana Jones vibe that I thought it was going to have,
Mm-hmm.
but more, I don't want to say Spies Like Us, but it is kind of a little bit of that.
Right.
So I like the writing. It's pretty solid. It has some kind of witty moments to it. But the story isn't like wowing me so far.
Right.
It's solid. But when I'm playing this game, I've been kind of still thinking in the back of my mind, I want to get back to Starfield.
Starfield, yeah.
I want to go check out Darktide. So it doesn't have a terribly fast pace to it, and I think that hurts it a little bit. I think this is going to be a game I'll use as a palate cleanser to kind of come back to here and there. It's not one I'm just going to really power through.
Right.
But if you like turn-based tactics games, check it out. It's on Game Pass. I think they're asking $40 for it. Outside of Game Pass, I'd say 20-30 is where this game falls in, where I'd be like happy to have paid for it.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, it's got leveling up systems in the back end of it. So as you level up your characters, you'll unlock additional skills, and you do want to utilize your skills with environmental stuff. So they'll have like gasoline on the ground and fuel tanks nearby that you can blow up, or use electric shock on water, that kind of thing to kill enemies off. It feels like combat tactics, done by the numbers, as opposed to, there's nothing really evolution or revolutionary about what they're doing. So I've been there, I've done this before. So that's I guess why it's not wowing me. I'm not really saying or doing anything in this game that I'm like, oh my God, this is really well done.
Right.
It's solid, but there's nothing that's, do I like this better than XCOM? No, not really. I enjoyed the gameplay of XCOM far better. So this will be, a casual play.
Gotcha.
So that's my quick review on it.
Okay.
And then there's other little things, again, how you approach it. It funnels you a lot into, here's your main route, and then here's one optional route you can take.
Right.
Whereas in XCOM, what I really liked, especially XCOM 2, it was very open in terms of how you approach your scenarios. You can approach it from the rooftops. If you want to go high up and go over buildings, you can do that. You can go around them. You can go through them. Here, it very much says this is the corridor path for this way, and then the optional path you can take if you want. It might be harder to get through it, and they clearly point this out in the tutorial as you're going into the game.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of state that there are these optional areas that you can go into. But again, there's no creativity to that. I feel like I pick and choose. Well, I'm gonna always try and do the harder one just because that's gonna potentially give me better loot.
Right.
You do get items to use, but they're not things like guns. They're not an upgrade to your gun. There's no upgrade weapon system. It's you have one character has a pistol. That's his thing. Another guy has 2 6-shooters. That's his gun. You never can change it. It's always the same gun. One character doesn't have a gun at all. she has these, kind of superhuman physical powers. So I wish it had a little bit more depth to those systems. So I truly got invested with these characters. Like when I play XCOM, I really get into these different characters. One, I'm naming them, I'm creating them in different likenesses. I'm really able to customize them a lot. And here, it's just, here's these characters we pre-built. Here's all of their skill sets, and then you can kind of upgrade a little bit as you go. But even the upgrade skill tree takes a while to get through into it. So,
very good. Do you know what I didn't talk about this week?
I don't.
Forza Motorsport.
Have you gained early access?
No, it's out. It's out now. So yeah.
Well, it's not technically out yet.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
I think early access started, but
I've seen enough, and I'm not going there. I'm not selling my soul to that
selling
now.
your soul.
No.
Pretty sure you already did. Just saying.
Anyway, so there's that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that was
alright.
good. Well, we've done the news while you were out getting a drink.
Yeah. That was actually what happened.
Yeah.
I said, like, I need a drink. Let me pull my internet cable.
Let me
No,
get the
we
hell
did it
out of
right.
here.
Yeah.
Kim, we do
Yes.
have some new releases to
We
to
do
talk
have
about.
a few. Yes, we do.
Speaking of one of those new releases.
Alrighty, your new releases for October 8th through the 14th are Forza Motorsports, or I guess it's Forza Motorsport, for the Xbox Series X and S and PC on October 10th. Little Gator Game, little, yeah, all right. I'm not one of those. Little Gator Game for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on October 10th as well. Roblox, finally, for the PlayStation 4. Really? Okay. October 10th as well. Wild Card Football for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, October 10th as well. Total War Pharaoh for the PC, October 11th. And last but not least, I think, pretty sure, Lords of the Fallen 2023, which is, so of course it's, I don't know, is this, did we ever figure, I think, no, this is a whole new game. It's not technically a remake of the original. So
I think it is a remake.
Is it?
I think so.
Alrighty.
I think
Well-
this is like a remastered version of it.
All right. Well, whatever this is, it's going to be out for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on October 13th. I heard it's a Souls-like, so I probably won't touch it with a 10-foot
Right.
pole because I'm terrible at those. So those are your new releases this week. Go out, enjoy, buy new games if you must.
So
Speaking of new
on this
games,
list- Go ahead, Kim.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, speaking of new games, I did pre-order Modern Warfare 3, so we have that going
Well
for
done.
us. Yeah,
Zombies. Just
zombies. Yep.
saying.
So carry on.
Yeah, I need to have a conversation with my brother from another because he was giving me a little bit of pushback on the whole Modern Warfare 3 thing. And I'm
Of
like,
course. 'Cause you know
let's
Mark.
come back around to this, Mark. Let's be sensible.
Right. Exactly.
Wild Card Football.
Mm.
That just sounds like one of those football games that it's probably actually more fun to play than Madden, but because it's not
Right.
licensed, nobody's going to care about it.
Right.
I'm assuming it's American football. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm assuming it's American football. And then Liza P. It came out a little while ago. I've been
Right.
hearing great things about this game, and apparently, and they've done a number of updates since the demo came out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's improved a lot of things in a very, very significant way, and that makes me
Right.
really want to go back and try that. So that might be on my next playlist.
Wild Card Football is a card pack game, like you card
Oh.
stuff, and
Yep.
there's bits of
Well,
game,
then-
bits of gameplay in between. So it's top trumps. You know,
Yeah, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah, pick up and play arcade style football game.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
Tony would probably play it.
yeah, probably.
Hmm?
I probably
there
won't.
you go.
Probably. Well, I probably won't
Okay.
either. So
So do I give the bad news now or do I wait and give the bad news after Robin gives his bit about playing Cars games?
I don't know.
So our community is going to be very let down.
Uh-oh.
Robin is
yes,
going off to Germany.
yes.
He's going to miss some time with the LFM community.
Okay.
I will be in Vegas. I will not be around for Wednesday nights.
But Pete's,
Uh-oh.
Pete's here. Pete's here. Pete's here.
Pete's
Mutiny
here.
will-
Pete's here. Pete's here.
Pete will be here next week.
Yeah, I don't think we can count on Pete to do much of anything right now. Pete is dealing with the
Ginger.
fact that he is
Ginger.
ruining people's lives and laying them off left and right.
Yeah, but he might be up to it. We'll see. Okay, we'll
All right.
see. Well, I would do it, but I won't get in until 1 a.m. in the morning on Monday of next week. So I'll be flying during this time. We could do an early show on Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening if you want to, or do something like that through the week. But unless Pete can step up or Kim wants to work it all out, no.
Well, in terms of next Sunday, that I'll be here for that. I'm just talking Halo Wednesday.
I thought
nights,
I was
Robin.
gonna say. I thought we were talking about Wednesday Halo.
Okay.
Confused
As far as gameplay, well, sorry, I won't be here, but I have a whole crew and team of fantastic admins and people out there that will race.
I
on
used to
Thursday
say
night.
this very same thing.
Yes, I know.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that in mind, if you want to join the podcast team, please just contact Greg, because we want some people in here. We need some fresh blood. Okay, well, you're
Anybody
talking
but
about
Gary.
play dates.
Anybody but Boomer.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but is your play date, is it not on Wednesday? Are you in Vegas on Wednesday?
Yeah. I'm in
Yeah.
Vegas for work, so I'll actually be there during the week. Starting.
Do you not have
Tuesday
a Steam
night.
Deck?
I'm sorry.
A Steam Deck?
I do have a Steam Deck, but I will be working
Yeah.
during,
You'll actually have to
during
work.
that.
You'll actually have to work that day.
Yeah.
You know.
Working.
Yes.
Hello.
You
Networking.
Yeah.
Yes.
can't hide in the bathroom or something.
Okay. All right. Well. Occupy yourselves this week.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, people. You're
Thursday
grown up.
night, my crew are at Mount Panorama in Australia. They're racing from dawn until light time. Come along, join the Discord group go along to bongosbits.com. You'll find all the details there. And then that's just it. You'll just have to play with yourselves.
Right.
Just beat it out.
Do
You'll
that
be
anyway,
all right.
but all right.
Yeah.
I think enough of us have lived long enough lives at this point to know how to play with ourselves and be okay.
If not, I'm sorry for you.
Fair
All I'm
play.
saying.
The only way is
Okay.
up.
We're just gonna move into shout outs. Let's go. Shout outs. Robin, you go first.
I want to shout
You have a
out
special shout-out.
my fantastic new additions to the Bongo Racing administration team, Steve and Dave and Tony. Thank you very much for stepping up, guys. Wonderful. And a really massive shout out to Kyle Adams. Kyle, you touched my heart last week, Monday or Tuesday evening, and it was wonderful and unexpected. And the thing that you did was appreciated. And it bought my bottle of Bumbu this week, so I have definitely spoiled the kids with that. No, it was lovely, and we have done something special with them. So thank you for that. And there was no need, but it's just lovely. So thank you, Kimberly.
Already. I'm gonna shout out Boomer because he's been in the chat today. So thanks, Boomer, for stopping by.
He's in Maryland. That's only a bus right away.
Great.
Greyhound bus on a day or two.
So, thanks for that. Thanks to Robin for helping me out with Tony's Christmas present. So it's on his way. It'll be here.
Oh, wow.
Next
That
week.
happened?
Well, this
Okay.
week, I guess. Yeah. So I've still got to get the other pieces for it, but we'll get there. So
You're a-
other than that,
You're
hopefully
a class auntie. Yeah. You are a brilliant auntie. That really is.
I hope so because I already got my brother, my younger brother. I already talked to him today about it, and I'm like, can you help kind of kick in on this, and then we'll just put it from everyone
Yeah,
because
It's a big one.
I didn't want to be like the one there, the stand there spending all this money on one kid for Christmas, and all the rest of them are just sitting there going, she spent how much on that one and how much on these? Because they're not supposed to be that way, but you know how they are.
I know.
People are that way. People are that way. So, at least I can get the uncles to kind of kick in too. So it'll be from everybody that way. But anyway, thanks for that because I totally didn't really know what I was looking for, and I hope the little shit likes it because it's gonna be more expensive than the Xbox I bought him last year. So.
Which you didn't like.
Well, yeah, because he looked at me and goes, I don't need another Xbox. I'm like, well,
Oh,
suck
for
it up because you're
goodness
getting one
sake.
anyway. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good week this week. Well, hopefully you're not cold like I am. So anyway, other than that, hopefully next week I'll be a little more awake than I am today. So yeah, here we are. Over to Greg. Take it away.
Shout out to Mother Nature. Thanks for the sunshine.
Fuck off.
Shout out to Steve, Dave, and Tony. You don't know what you're getting into.
Ah!
Robin is an asshole behind the scenes. You just don't know it. Shout out to Boomer for being in the chat. I
up with
caught
a lot of shit from us.
some shots and returned fire. But we love Boomer. He's a good
We
guy.
do.
We love our community. We love everybody, including the two of you lovely individuals, for joining me on this week's podcast.
Anytime.
Next week, it may be an OnlyFans solo show. I might be joined by Kim. Maybe Pete actually pulls his head out of his ass and shows up. I don't know. But we'll do something, and we'll make fun of Robin, of course, because he's not going to be here.
Right.
And
Well, if you having
fucking
bratwurst,
Amazon, my Amazon device is going off in the other room. I can hear her literally screaming at me, like saying, "What do you want? I don't understand." Anyway, all right, that's it. This is the show. We'll be back next week. Love, like, subscribe, come back, hang out.
I've liked it already.
I've loved it.
I
And
liked it on YouTube. Go and press the YouTube now and press the like button. And if you haven't pressed like, press subscribe. And if you haven't done that,
There you go.
send us some money.
Hey, always good.
like Kyle did.
Yeah. Oh, shh.
All right, that's it. We're done. Get us out of here, Robin.
See you guys. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.